Good grief, what was running? You're stinking up the place.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, this thing got bad breath.
Yeah, it is stinky. What is it?
Hello, YouTubers.
Tiller, isn't it?
Yeah, she's an old one.
Oh yeah?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, she's a good one.
Is she?
Troy Bill, can't beat him.
She's an oldie?
Huh?
She's an oldie?
Yeah, having trouble with the carburetor. So we'll take that off, and then we gotta put a belt on it as well, so I'll do that.
Is that why it's stinky? The carburetor?
Yeah, well, it's running. It's not running
Of
something
course.
horrible.
Yeah, you had it running in here.
Hey, let's do a test.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Maybe we'll get to see roof claps.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know. You never know. This will be its first lift.
Awesome.
We shall see. We're going to do this a different way. Hang on a second, then.
Alright, I'm hanging on.
Let's do this. See if we can change the center of gravity here.
Yeah, she's a little bit forward heavy there on the edges.
She's a little bit tipsy-topsy.
Yeah, tipsy-topsy. Tipsy-turvy?
Yeah. Let's see, huh? Good. Beam still there.
Good to know.
Cool, eh?
That is cool. Super cool.
Yeah, that might even work. But he comes to pick this up now, he won't have to use his ramps.
No, that's right.
Yeah. So it works.
Back right into it and we'll load her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good test.
So now, there's the huge belt.
Wow.
Yes, the camera was too low on the gold wing the other day.
Ah, yes.
Just see the dash. I like to do these things and experiment, because only for experimentation, people would never perfect a particular job or creation. I had intended on putting a small extension on the chesty, but what happens is it gets close to my neck, and then of course it's top heavy. So I think maybe the best thing to do is just stick it on the windshield out front, and then I could still have the audio coming through the vent and then into my helmet.
Yeah.
Because
What about your noggin?
the problem is that I got with the noggin is people complain about motion sickness. You know, this turning, because I mean you got to look for traffic coming.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Right?
you're fat. You're whipping back and with your head back and forth.
And face it, you're trying to be safe while you're on the darn thing. So I think we're gonna have to come to a happy medium. There's other people wanted to see. I tried it on the dash before, and then other people said, well, you know, we'd like to be able to see the instrumentation too. But the way you sit on a gold wing with the fairing and the instrumentation, it's there on your chest, but you're down low, right?
Right.
So, and plus it's got this big vent in the windshield.
Yeah.
Right.
It's blocking.
So it is what it's going to have to be what it's going to have to be. There's just no way of doing it. And people ask me, well, didn't you have a bike cam on there? That was that bike bullet or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was garbage.
Yeah.
That was absolute garbage. You would go out and it would be recording. And when you came back, you had 5 minutes of footage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so temperamental, I took it out and I said, it's never going back on the bike.
No.
Just a total waste of real estate. And I gave them 3 tries.
Yeah, you tried several.
2 times they said, well, you got a defective one. The second time, you got a defective one. The third time, I defected that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey?
There's no third tries.
No third tries.
If you did third try, I guess you give up on it.
Yeah, that was it. You know, there was no point in it. So
No.
it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to give up on technology.
Yeah, it wasn't ready for that one just yet. I don't know if they improved on it, but it
Well,
was
you know, I got online and they had their own form.
Yeah, a lot of trouble.
Oh, man, the stuff that people were trying to do. Then they were blaming the cable, you know, that goes from the camera to the module. Then they were blaming the SD card, there, the micro SD card. Then they were blaming this, and they were blaming that. And it was everything. It was everything but the bloody camera.
Yeah, really.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to pull the carburetor off of that. Probably going to end up putting an inline fuel filter in it. And then I'm going to, over here, we're going to put this in this ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah, that looks like a chip fryer.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But it's not. And it's going to go in there like that. Cousin Marley will be watching this with great interest.
Yeah, he's going to be interested in that.
He's going to be interested in this. Yeah. And the ultrasonic cleaner, you can just use regular gunk or parts cleaner. Should clean off the dust because I had this laid out in the shed. And not that it much matters, but you don't want it getting in that stuff. Now, how an ultrasonic cleaner works is you put your gunk in like that. You paying attention?
Yep. We're watching.
I hope everybody had a great Father's Day,
That's right.
which was yesterday.
That's right.
And this ultrasonic cleaner, there's an ultrasonic cleaning machine. Stay. It has a heater. You can set the temperature. That's 15 degrees Celsius. Then you can set it for minutes and you'll listen to it now. And what it is that gets down into the ports of the carburetor, and the ultrasonic creates mini explosions inside all the ports. So stuff gets in constantly, and that's what cleans out the carburetor. So it's a lot better than just a regular dunking of a carburetor. So that's how the ultrasonic clean. Women's been using this for years, jewelry cleaners.
Jewelry cleaning, yeah.
Right? So, but not parts cleaner for jewelry. So
No, they're too different.
yeah, you don't want to go at that.
No.
Yes, we still have boots. We're selling boots, lots of boots going. So if anybody needs any boots for your BX, we have polyurethane boots.
My ears perked up when you said boots.
Boots, oh yeah. You look so funny wearing them.
They're too small.
Anyway, I'm going to go take that off and we'll have a look later on.
Hey. I'm back.
So we have the carburetor off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how many people at home are going to be doing one of these things because it's probably useless to me even show this, but when this is on the engine, you try to take out them manifold bolts here, carburetor bolts here, it's not going to come out because there's a Phillips screw on the inside and they just keep turning. But if you want to be really sneaky, you might want to come over.
I'm zoomed.
Huh?
I'm zoomed.
Okay. You can get in here and you can unscrew that one and unscrew this one and it'll come clear.
Okay, so trick.
Little trick of the trade. So we don't know like if this has been cleaned in a while, and there's certain things that you need to look out for with these little things.
You don't want to lose anything.
And one of the things that you got to look for in these is, you see that there's a little hole there?
Yep.
That's critical that's there. Yeah, so what you do, you take out all of this old stuffs like that. This got a special washer on it with a seal, so you take that out as well. Then that that technically should be on like that, because that little hump gives the float some room to move. Are you with me so far?
Oh yeah.
Then we're going to take off this seal here. And it looks like somebody had cleaned it before, but they didn't. They really didn't have the right stuff to clean it. You can see it's all scratched.
Oh yeah.
So, not that it matters, but you know how it is, right?
Just an attempt has been made to
Being a
do
purist, so we're going to put that down there. Now with these things, that's the needle valve. I shouldn't be calling it. It's a needle valve.
that. Yeah, that's right.
Because everybody going into the store and asking for a needle valve.
Yeah.
And this here is the float, and that's a copper float. First thing you do with a copper float is you shake it. And if you hear fluid in it, it's done. It's cooked.
Oh.
Yeah.
No fluid.
It won't meter. This is what puts the right amount of fuel into the carburetor, right? Well, right into the bowl that I just took off. Now, technically, you should remove whatever you can remove like gas, but this stuff is not that aggressive. It's not like the old, years ago, the old gunk was in a steel can, and I'm going to tell you, like, it was corrosive. It did everything, right? But this stuff is not so bad. So we are going to put that on there again. No, we're going to do something different. You see down here? It's been a long time since I've done Tecumseh. There's a rubber float, a rubber seat down there. We have to get that rubber seat out.
Ooh, how are we going to do that?
Well, they're going to come over here to the ramp. We're going to show you. Now, where is my goggles? Safety glasses. So, you want to get that out. You apply air pressure in here. If you start poking at it with a fork or with a pick, you're going to destroy it. So here's what you do.
Ah.
See that?
Yeah.
Now I won't say that there's times that blow across the shop. And I never did find it.
Because it does.
Because it do. Yeah. So now that we have that out, now if you were totally rebuilding this, you'd be taking out these little knockouts and stuff, but we're not totally rebuilding, we're cleaning. And with the ultrasonic cleaner, you can get away with a lot more than if you used a conventional, just a dip. Now, I'm going to put that in there for, say, usually a half hour sufficient. But I think what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to put it in, because it'll soon be, what time is it? How is it there now?
20 after 11.
Okay, so we'll put it in here till after dinner. So it's going to go down in the stuff here, like that. And usually my little parts, I usually put them down here, and I usually just put them on the side of my basket like that. And then we'll set her up. We don't really need any heat on this. Yep. And if anybody comes in and they ask me what that noise is, I'm going to say I got a plate of fries put on for my dinner. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then they'll want an order.
Yeah, and then they'll want an order. The next thing, fellas be coming in, well, can I have gravy? And then the only thing we got to substitute gravy here is
Motor oil.
motor oil, you know. So, you know, and then they complain about the taste, and it's got an oily taste to it. And the fries are greasy, and you know. So now I'm going to go over, I'm going to go back at that while everything is there, and I'm going to do some more work on this. I'm going to have a look and see what it takes to replace that belt. Okay guys, this is pretty well cooked now. I just came back after dinner. And we should have a look. This is our float. This is scalding hot water here. Well, not scalding, I guess, because I wouldn't have my fingers in it, but it's pretty hot. And you can see it does a pretty good job, eh? Look at the paint coming off it, so you can see how corrosive it is. So, and we'll put that in the water as well. Kathy is calling around for customers now looking for parts. And we got a BX coming in for service as well tomorrow or the next day. Might have to go get that, so maybe I'll do a video on going and getting it. And yeah, look at the paint, eh? But it certainly cleans it, guys. I'm telling you. Big time, big time, big time. Beep. It's a beep. I heard a beep. Did you hear a beep? I heard a beep. So now, down inside there is the little pin that fell out for the float. But I'll get that with a maggot in a second now. And we'll put this aside. And what I do is I strain this stuff and I put it back in its original container, and that way everything goes right back to Smurfy again.
Okay, has it finished its bath?
Yeah, I took it out and
oh my, I can see the difference.
I washed it in water.
Yeah. And
then I blew it out with the air gun. And then we're going to put the seat in. Now the seat got a little groove. See the groove?
Okay.
So that groove points up, okay? Now how do you get it down there? Well, use a drill bit close to the same size. And you push it back down, way down.
There we go. Yeah.
And then you just reverse the procedure. You put it in and you start to assemble and put it back on the machine and set her up and let her go.
Cool.
You gotta go get me a tire, eh?
Tire
and a belt.
For this machine.
And we need to order some parts for a tractor, but I will do that later.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, folks. Forgot to mention too. That's a Tecumseh engine. So, and it's not a Briggs & Stratton. Something you can look out for too when you're taking these things apart. People got a tendency to bottom these out to the point where they damage the seat or the needle, and this needle got a little bit of damage, but I think it's going to be okay for now. Also, if you're taking these apart and you got a fuel leak, you want to check the condition at the bottom of the pot here, because they can develop pinholes. So you'll need to replace. Some people can use epoxy and stuff, but I'd rather replace for what they cost.
Oh, you got to put it back now, do you?
Yeah, I'm putting it back in the...
Okay, the container. Okay, good. You can recycle it.
Oh yes, you don't throw that out. That can be used hundreds of times. But there's trouble getting it out. It usually has you here at the funnel.
Yeah. That's right, to hold it.
Somebody with fart can. Hear that?
Yeah.
So, but it's done. The machine is done now.
Good. It worked out good, didn't it?
Well, it's starting good, or it was when I left it just then. It wasn't working at all when it came in.
No.
So, people like to have, some people like to watch that kind of stuff. Some other people say, well, it's not a tractor video.
Variety.
Yeah. What does they say? Variety is the spice of life.
That's what they say.
Eh?
Yeah, it's true.
So I'll lay that over here now until the next time. And then I clean up the mess that this bottle leaves. And of course, we had a bit of an interruption because we had to do a bit of work on a friend's vehicle here. He just left.
Yep.
And that was the first time I've seen him since we got ill, or I got ill.
That's right. So that was enjoyable.
So that was nice. So, you know, we
Nice visit.
spend an hour and have a little chit chat and talk about life in general and how terrible it all is. No. We ran into a problem because the gentleman that brought this in had his own belt, and the belt was the wrong belt.
But we found one.
So here was the original belt, and this is the belt that he brought in. So you went on the hunt
Yeah.
and found the belt. So the belt was a bit of a chore. I managed to get the belt done without taking anything off. I just fished it in and around here.
Yeah, it's tough to get on.
Yeah, so we'll see now if this... Oh, yeah. So it's got an inline filter on it now
Okay.
that it never had before. Before it was leaking gas everywhere.
Oh.
It's not leaking gas now. So he should have some good results with this now.
That's right, a much easier time now.
Yeah, it's an old engine, but it works
Yeah,
really good, right?
Yeah, the older stuff really works really good.
That's built like a battleship, that is.
Exactly.
So I guess we'll call that one we'll have a short video this time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never know how long they are till you upload.
Yeah, usually surprised. But that's okay.
So we got parts ordered for the Jeep. The Mercedes is done. The side-by-side left this morning. We have a tractor we have to pick up, a BX.
Yep.
A BX25. I don't say there's 10 hours on it.
No.
It hasn't had the oil changed in 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah? How
It's still got its original oil in it.
Wow.
But I told him, you know, it's time to do it. Used or not.
Yep.
See you down there with the motor coming out. And we have a multitude of other stuff that's booked in. I don't even remember having. But try not to go dive into it.
Exactly.
Like even the guy just left, he said, well, we got a tractor. I got a tractor for you to do.
Well, a lot of that stuff's coming into is at your leisure.
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean,
yeah,
that's good.
So it worked out good. So folks, that's it. Just to let you know, feeling well, feeling exceptionally well. And we'll see you in the next video, I guess. So you guys take care, be good to each other, don't text and drive. Please do not take up handicap zones unless you need them and you have the permit to use them. We ran into a problem online there the other day where a guy complained about a seatbelt not working. Folks, let me just put it to you this way. If you have any doubts about the seatbelt in your tractor, don't lubricate them, don't play with them, don't do anything with them. If you have an event where your tractor tips over and your seatbelt is used and it becomes doubtful that it's still good, replace it. They're not expensive. There's no maintenance in a book, in any manual, that you're going to find your seatbelt serviceable. Just simply replace it. It will save your life eventually. But if it's been already in an accident or a rollover and there's been some strain on it, there's a bunch of little gears and stuff and inertia switches in it, so don't even bother to try to fix it. Don't lubricate it. Just throw it out. Get yourself a new seatbelt, please, because we got into this little bit of bickering back and forth, and this guy said you should lubricate your seatbelt, and I said don't give people that advice, because when you start spraying lube in a seatbelt mechanism, especially in an open tractor, you end up getting dirt and dust and everything in there, and that's prone to failure. So if you got any doubts, replace. With that, folks, that's your little tech tip for today. Take care and God bless. Okay guys, before we go, one more final tip. I figured it was important enough to add it to the back of this video. Check your trailers, guys, because the tires can crack up. See the cracks in them? Unsafe. Now, this is the only tire like it on this trailer. When we bought this trailer brand new, we had one tire do that the next day. So it's probably old stock tires. that they used. Like I say, the other tires here are absolutely perfect, so this thing here is not going on the road until we put a new tire on, so that's why I brought it up. These tires too, by the way, these wheels are always covered over with the tire covers, so it's not dry rot from the sun. It must be just the rubber itself giving out. So I just wanted to show you and remind you to check your tires, folks. Thanks for watching.